Listen, success can mean anything. There's no judgment there. But you need to know, what do you stand for? What are you fighting for? If you don't have a big enough want, a big enough why that you're fighting for, then all of it becomes monotonous. All of it becomes questionable. All of it becomes this thing that you just don't know where you're going. You look in the mirror and say, why do I want more? And I want to give you a little answer, a little, or something to intrigue you today while I'm on my walk. Listen, thanks for coming with me on a walk. If you're listening to this, maybe it's not the perfect audio, but I hope it's a message that sinks into your soul. Because these are the things I wish someone would have given to me at an earlier age. Listen, I've been a study of personal development, a study of success, obsessed by it because I wanted to run away from a painful childhood, a broke childhood, watching my parents struggle. And in that journey, or along that journey, from reading books, from starting 13 different companies, through going through a divorce in my life, going through stressful times, and now being in the most fabulous time of my life, in my 50s, I realized the little things are the big things. In fact, the little things are everything. According to my dear friend Randy Garney, told me that ages ago, and now I know it to be true. So again, I'm going to go back to that question. What do you stand for? So what's that mean? Let me just share my day yesterday. I want to tell you how crazy my day was yesterday. We have a live event, our company and my partner Tony Robbins' company and my multiple companies, we all work together to do a lot of things around the world. Yesterday we had an event going on when I'm recording this in the Australian time zone. Rocking it for Aussies. Tony was crushing it, and I spoke yesterday, all these great things, okay? But while this was going on a Sunday, I want to give you my morning. I woke up early, did a workout, got up about 4:45, did a workout, answered all my emails, got text messages, set the day up, did my little morning routine, and then I made my kids breakfast. My kids got up. Now, I have the most amazing wife in the world, by the way, who would make breakfast and do all these things. But I'm going to share something. This is going to make sense. This is not just about my busy life. There's a reason behind all of it. Got up early, made my kids breakfast. I took my daughter. She met a new friend, and my daughter wanted to go to a church, a kind of a youth group that she was testing out. So she met a new friend. I dropped her off at about 8:45 in the morning. She was going to breakfast with a new friend. I think the girl's in 12th grade. My daughter's in 9th. They went to breakfast, and they were going off to this new church. So that was cool. I raced back, grabbed my son. We had a run to pick some stuff up for his baseball. He wanted to practice a little because it was going to be his first time pitching in a baseball game in many years. He used to pitch, and now he's practicing again. He's getting back in the game of pitching. So we practice pitching. As we practice pitching, I race back. When my daughter's done, I grab her. We come back. I drop my daughter off. I take my son, and we drive about 40 minutes to where his game was. I dropped my son off. I hadn't even had time to shower yet, so I dropped him off because he practiced first. I'll tell you why I'm doing this. Drop him off because he had practice first. I race back home and take a shower. In the meantime, my daughter wanted to grab lunch with me. She goes, "You think we could squeeze in lunch, Dad?" Absolutely. We go grab a quick lunch. I drop her off at a friend's house. I race back up, and I watch my son play a doubleheader in 105-degree weather. Sweating, yeah, just sweating. Just picture what 105 is. And I was there for him pitching. I was there for him to get a hit. I was there for him when he didn't do so great and he needed my support. I get done pitching, or my son gets done with that. In between, I'm running a live event in Australia, help running it. It's not on me. We have the most amazing team in the world, but I'm there answering questions, getting things done, making sure it's on phone calls. I'm waiting until my son's not up and walk kind of behind the trees and take a phone call and send some messages. I get done, grab my son. I call my wife, who's with my daughter and my little boy Luca, and I said, "Hey, we haven't been together. Let's meet at this great little Italian restaurant and have a nice Sunday dinner together." My wife calls me I'm leaving the field with my son. My wife calls, and my son Luca, who's a year and a half old, is having a complete mental breakdown in the car, screaming like crazy. He's in the back seat, and they can't console him. And luckily, my little boy and I have this incredible bond. I said, the heck with it. Park alongside the street. I'll come get you right now. I drove to where my wife was, parked my car, jumped in with her, consoled my son, and we drove to the Italian restaurant. We had an amazing meal together. We get done with our meal. I realized that day I'd spend so much time with kids, I haven't given my wife enough love, so I did something that really always makes her smile. I took the receipt when she wasn't looking, the extra receipt when you pay your bill, and I wrote her a little love note and told her how much I love her, which is true. I'm so proud of that woman and what she does. And I wrote her a little love note and stuck it in her back pocket as we were getting in the car. We get home last night, helped my son finish some homework that he didn't get done, went to bed, got up at 4:30 this morning. Now, I'm telling you this for a reason. Got up at 4:30 this morning, made their lunches for school today, and now I'm taking a walk talking to you. Now, today, it'll be rinse and repeat. Today, I'll bring them, I'll drive them both, I'll make them breakfast, I'll drive them both to school, I'll pick them both up from school. At 4 o'clock, I'll be catching for my daughter as she has softball practice. And tonight, my son wants to practice out in the backyard. Okay, so why all that? Because I also run 3 different companies and have hundreds of employees that rely on me. I try to be a good team leader and partner to those that work with me that are like family to me. I try my best to be a damn good husband, and I try to be someone that delivers quality content to you, those of you who would take the time to watch this video or listen to me. So why is all that important to you? You're like, great, you had a busy day. I have a busy day. I have kids, and we all do stuff. So big deal, Dean. I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm in a place where I could afford for someone to drive my kids around. I have personal assistants. We have someone that helps with our house. We have someone that could help with kids. So why the heck would I do all those things? Because I asked you earlier, what do you stand for? And here's what I know. At this age of my life, I have defined success down to the granular piece. In my life, I don't golf. I don't go to fundraisers. I don't go to parties. I don't go to happy hour. I barely go to dinner with any other couples. I don't hunt. I don't fish. I don't do much of anything. And it's going to sound like, oh, boring life. No, I know what happiness means to me, and not you. I know what it means to me. To me, I want to be the best husband a man could ever be. I've messed up in the past. I'm not messing up this time. My wife looks at me like I'm the greatest thing on this planet, and I am never going to stop that look. I am going to do what it takes to become a better human, a better man, so that woman continues to love me. I know at the end of my life, that's number one. Number two, I know at the end of my life, I'm going to ask myself, did I do everything in my power to be around my kids, to understand them, to know them, to be on their level, to have real, deep, and transparent communication? Now that my 2 older ones are going through teenage years and my daughter's in high school, I know I need to be emotionally connected to them. So, you think all that is because I'm a taxi driver? I could have a full-time driver drive them around. I don't need to do that. I do it because when I'm driving my daughter 45 minutes to her baseball practice and she tells me what's going on with a friend in school, or the boy that likes her and she doesn't know how to handle it, or going to a party that she knows they're going to be drinking and she decided she's not going to drink, should she go to the party or not go to the party? Or a friend who did some things to the boy and feels really uncomfortable and doesn't know how to handle it. Do you think if I wasn't in the car, or when she opens her lunch in the morning and know that her dad still at this age, at 15, still personally made her lunch, who takes her to practice, who catches for her when she has softball, that girl will open up to her dad. My son, who I always have his back, knows he can talk to me about anything when he's going through a tough time. That is what I stand for, to be a dad where my kids can be transparent and have somebody they can count on. Number 3, my team. I love my team. They're like my family. I love growing as a human and sharing with you. I got to share something. There's not much else in my life, but I don't want anything else because that's what lights me up. Being a good husband, being a good dad, being a good team leader, and growing as a human so I can represent and share to you things worth your time being with me right now. I'm not kidding. I don't do anything else, but I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life because I've defined what's happiness to me. If happiness to you is 18 holes of golf 4 days a week, that is amazing. That's what you should do. Happiness to you is own 20 cars and fill your garage up with cars. That's okay. That's you, right? But the problem I see is so many people have not defined what they stand for. They have not defined what happiness means to them. So therefore, they're on a treadmill running as fast as they can, and they don't even know when they get to the end. They don't even know what happiness is. They don't even know why they're fighting for it. Listen, I know this might sound crazy, and sometimes my wife even asks me, she's like, "Hun, I can make their lunches, or we can get them lunches, or the girl that works for us that helps us can make them lunches." And she'll say, "You're so busy, hun, I don't know how you do it all." And in my heart, I'm like, I don't know how I can't do it. Today, when my kids go get their lunch, they're going to know their dad made it. And there's going to be a little note, even though they're getting to be adults. Sometimes I do subliminal, just the eye, a heart, like a picture of an eye, a heart, and you, so they don't get embarrassed. But I know it means something to them. And I know yesterday when it was 107 degrees and my son was playing baseball and he pitched, and his first 2 batters, he did horrible. I saw my son look around like this, and he caught my eye, and I went, I could cry about that, because I was there for him when he wasn't doing so good. But I was also there for him when he got the groove and started doing great. Sorry, guys. I'm walking and talking, so it might be a little loud here. But when my son was doing bad, he looked over and saw his father was there. And when he started doing good, he looked over and he saw his father was there. It means something to me, and I think it'll mean something to him when I'm gone. And I'm fighting for that every day. People ask me how you could do. I've started and run over 13 different companies. I manage hundreds of employees. I'm writing a new book. I do all those things. How? First off, I know what I stand for. I know what's important to me. And I say no to everything else. If it doesn't fit, it's got to go. So anyway, guys, that's my message for today. Figure out what you stand for. Fight for it with all your might. Figure out what doesn't serve you in your bigger future. And it's time to let it go.